Hello and welcome back. Join me today tying one of my other patterns that I use out on the rivers. And this particular one is kind of tied as a Euro streamer pattern. By that, it's obviously tied on a size 12 hook with a 4mm tungsten bead, so it can be used with your traditional Euro nymphing setup. And obviously it just helps you to drop this pattern into kind of the likely looking holes where you might find a resident trout. That being said, if you wish, you can also tie this up on a wet fly hook with a traditional gold-headed bead or something like that, and obviously you can use it out on the reservoirs and still waters, and it will catch your fish out there as well. So without further ado, we'll jump to it. Like I say, it is a size 12 with a 4mm bead. You may want to change that if you're fishing for them for still waters. Tying thread is 8/0 in black, and as per usual, I'll run through the materials as we're going along. So just a few turns behind the bead just to secure it in place, and then kind of touching turns to the rear of the hook to the bend. We can then come in with our scissors and take away that waste. And we're going to first of all look to tie in our tail. So for this particular pattern, we've got some black Marabou. And the thing we need to remember about Marabou when we tie in is that sometimes you need a little bit more than what you initially think you will, because when Marabou gets wet, it obviously collapses on itself. So we want to make sure that we've got a nice tail. So took a nice pinch there. If we want, with those little fibres there, we can come in, trim those away. It just makes it a little bit easier to tie it in. And then another useful little tip is if you come in and you can obviously get some of those looser fibres away. It just gives you a slightly neater tying point. Okay, so we want that to run the full length of the body, so we haven't got any bumps. So holding onto the tail, we'll take our thread forward, and it just helps to get those fibres secure. When we get to that point, obviously it's not looking the neatest, we can come in with our scissors if we want, start to trim away some of these fibres here, like so. Make sure we've got everything nice and secure. Stroke everything back. We can take our tying thread back. Like I say, you will get a few little fibres sticking through, but that's absolutely fine. What I then like to do is come in with a single strand of Krystal flash, and I'll tie it towards myself first, so just a couple of turns to secure that, and then I'll bring it over onto the other side, and get that secured, so it's running down laterally like so. Obviously then we can come in, trim that away. Call it Marabou there with me. So once we've got all that tied in, we can then make our way with our thread open turns back up to the bead, where we'll tie in our silver wire, which is our rib. It's proving a bit tricky. So we'll get that tied in, get that secured, make our way back like so. So for the body, we're going to be using this stuff here, which is from Veniards, which is if it comes into shot, the Peacock dub in rainbow black. It just adds a real nice sparkle to the fly. So just like a normal nymph pattern, we're going to obviously create our dubbing noodle, and we want to create a kind of a taper to the body. So we can get a few of those fibres caught in first, like so. And as I always say with the dubbing, less is more. So you don't want to makes it a bit more manageable. So don't put loads on, and you can always come back and add a little bit more. And work our way back to the head like so. What I then do is come through with my wire rib. Just open turns, just to obviously get everything secured. So we're looking for 3 turns, and then we can secure that in place again. Come in, break that away, Then what I like to do now at the head of the fly is add a hackle to it. So before that, what I'll do is I'll come in my Velcro and just tease a few of these fibres out, just so they obviously gives it a bit more of a kind of straggly look. So the hackle that I'll be using at the head is kind of like a Grizzly barred type thing from a hen hackle. I prefer to use a hen hackle, just because the fibres are a little bit more soft. So I'll obviously strip away the fluff, and I'm going to tie it at the tip. So again, with my hackle pliers, I'll come in, stroke those fibres back, which will give me my tying point. I can secure that with a few turns, 1, 2, 3, stroke it back, and then with my scissors I can look to come and obviously trim that tip away like so. Hackle pliers, and we're just going to look to add a turn or two at the head of the fly. So again, we just stroke all of our fibres back, we'll just add a few turns like so. We will come in and obviously make this a little bit neater once we've finished. Just a few turns to secure it, and then we can look to trim that away like so. Get to the stem. So like I say, it is a bit all over the place at the moment, so we'll stroke those fibres back. It just helps to add a little bit more movement to the fly. I'll come in then with a small pinch of this dubbing. So we need a small amount just to create a bit of a head at the fly, like so. Come in with our varnish, apply it to the thread, and we can look to give this a whip finish. So 5 turns, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And then we can come in with our scissors and snip away our tying thread, and there you have it, the Euro Jig Streamer. Like I say, you can obviously tie this up kind of in a more traditional way, and that will allow you to fish them on the reservoirs and the still waters. But these really are a really good pattern to have a few tied up in the box. For myself, I tie these and I put them in with my my nymphs during the summer months, just so I have a few to hand if ever I feel like I need one. But these have caught me a good few trout over the years. So hopefully you enjoy that one, and hopefully get a few of those tied up, and let me know how they go for you. All the best. See you guys soon.